Hello, welcome back everyone. Please, if you have not subscribed to the channel, please hit the subscription button and let's get into today's video. So, get this. The future just arrived and it didn't land in Silicon Valley. It didn't touch down in Tokyo. It didn't touch down in Dubai. Nope. It took off from a small, beautiful country in the heart of Africa. Headline: Rwanda launches Africa's first flying car service. Sounds like a movie poster. Sounds like fan fiction. But it's real. Today, September 6th, 2025, while the rest of us were stuck in traffic, grumbling about gas prices or waiting for delayed trains, Rwanda decided to skip all of it. They literally rose above it. Check the calendar, not a joke. This isn't just a cool gadget. It's about a country refusing to be defined by its past. They looked at the rule book and used it as a placemat, not a step forward. A giant, audacious leap into the sky, promised for a century. Every sci-fi movie, every futuristic cartoon, we assumed the usual suspects would win. America, China, a rich European nation, but Rwanda, land of 1,000 hills, now with 1,000 skyways. Sheer audacity, like showing up to a go-kart race with a spaceship. The world builds more roads, bridges, trains. Rwanda flipped the board, playing three-dimensional chess. They saw the problem: congested roads, difficult terrain, need for rapid medical delivery. They didn't look down for solutions. They looked up. Don't underestimate us. Don't put us in a box. Too often, the story about Africa is one-dimensional: struggle, poverty, waiting for aid. Then this: innovation, vision, a future built on African soil, by African hands, for African people. Not just a tech breakthrough. A narrative breakthrough, a mic drop, a page turner. The world is watching, and for once they're looking up at Africa in awe. Picture this: the air in Kigali is electric. It's not the humidity, it's anticipation. Thousands of people are gathered, their phones held high, creating a sea of little glowing screens. You've got everyone here. Grandmothers in their traditional imishanana, their faces etched with a mix of curiosity and pride. You've got kids on their father's shoulders, their eyes wide with a wonder that only the truly impossible can inspire. You've got tech students, entrepreneurs, and government officials, all trying to act cool but failing miserably. Because in front of them, sitting on a launch pad like a giant futuristic dragonfly, is the Urutare, meaning the rock, the first Rwandan-made EVTOL, an electric vertical takeoff and landing vehicle. A flying car. The moment begins. There's no roar of a jet engine. There's no thunderous explosion. Instead, a low, gentle hum fills the air like a chorus of 1,000 bees working in perfect harmony. The propellers on the Urutara start to spin, slowly at first, then faster and faster until they are just a blur. Dust swirls around the base of the vehicle. For a split second, nothing happens. A collective breath is held. The silence is so complete you could hear a pin drop. And then, with a grace that defies its own existence, it lifts straight up. No runway, no drama, it just ascends. The crowd doesn't cheer at first. They gasp. A unified, audible intake of breath from a nation witnessing its own future unfold. As the Urutare climbs higher, clearing the trees and then the buildings, the gasp turns into a roar. A wave of sound, pure and joyous, washes over the city. People are cheering, hugging strangers, laughing. Tears are streaming down the faces of old men who have seen their country through its darkest days. This isn't just a machine in the sky. It's a symbol. It's a promise. It's the physical manifestation of hope. The kids on their father's shoulders aren't just looking at a flying car. They're looking at their own limitless potential. They're seeing proof that no dream is too big, no idea too crazy for Rwanda. The future isn't something they have to wait for anymore. It's something they can reach out and touch. The vehicle banks gently, its polished chassis glinting in the African sun, and begins a smooth, quiet flight over the city's famous hills. It flies past the Kigali Convention Center, its dome looking like a sibling from the same futuristic family. It zips over bustling markets where, just for a moment, everyone stops haggling over the price of tomatoes to look up and point. This flight, this single beautiful arc across the sky, is doing more than transporting a person from point A to point B. It's transporting an entire nation from what if to what's next. It's the most powerful message you can send without saying a single word. Rwanda is here, and it's ready to fly. Now, you might be asking why? Why flying cars? Why Rwanda? To understand that, you have to understand President Paul Kagame. This is a man who doesn't just think outside the box. He thinks as if the box doesn't even exist. For him, this isn't a vanity project or a gimmick. It's a deeply pragmatic solution to a very real set of challenges. He's looked at Rwanda's geography, the land of 1,000 hills, and seen not just beauty, but a logistical nightmare. Building roads through that terrain is slow, incredibly expensive, and often disruptive to the environment. So why fight the hills when you can simply fly over them? The potential impact of this on African cities is just staggering. If you've ever been in traffic in Lagos, Nairobi, Johannesburg, it's not just an inconvenience. It's a break on the entire economy. People lose hours of their day. Goods can't get to market. Emergency services get stuck. It's a daily struggle on the ground. Flying cars completely change that equation. They add a third dimension to urban transport. Instead of just building more roads or wider roads, which often just leads to more traffic, you can create a network of skyways, designated aerial corridors that are far more efficient. Imagine a doctor in a rural clinic needing an urgent blood transfusion for a patient. Instead of waiting hours for a truck to navigate winding, unpaved roads, a medical eVTOL can be dispatched from a city hospital and arrive in minutes. This isn't a hypothetical. It's the next evolution of Rwanda's already successful zipline drone delivery service, but now for bigger payloads and even people. Think about fresh produce from a farm deep in the countryside reaching a city market in under an hour, still fresh and commanding a better price for the farmer. It connects the rural economy to the urban market in a way that was never before possible. This technology also allows cities to grow differently. Instead of urban sprawl, where everyone crams closer to the city center to avoid a brutal commute, people can live further out in greener, less congested areas and still have a quick 15-minute flight to work. This could ease the intense housing pressure in major African capitals and lead to a better quality of life. For the young people of Rwanda, this is everything. This isn't just a government project they read about in the news, it's a source of immense national pride and personal inspiration. For a generation that grew up in a country defined by progress and reconciliation, this feels like the next logical step. They see the Urutari in the sky and they don't just see a machine, they see a career path, they see an opportunity, they see a future for themselves right here at home. Suddenly, being an aerospace engineer, a software developer for autonomous systems, an urban air mobility planner, real, tangible jobs in Kigali. Talk to students at the University of Rwanda or the African Leadership University. You can feel the energy. They are already forming clubs, starting projects, tailoring their studies toward this new aerial reality. A young woman studying computer science says her new dream is to design the AI for the East African Skyway. A mechanical engineering student sketches a new, more efficient propeller. This project has lit a fire under thinkers, creators, builders across the country. It's a grand challenge that feels uniquely Rwandan and globally significant. This goes beyond tech. A young tourism entrepreneur plans aerial safari tours over volcanoes and lakes. A farmers' cooperative drafts a plan to use eVTOL cargo to speed premium coffee to the airport. The ripple effect is touching every part of the economy. It's empowering young people to think bigger, to be more ambitious. The psychological barrier of "that's not possible for us" has been shattered. If we can make cars fly, what can we do? And for the kids who were on their parents' shoulders watching that first flight, it's even more profound. Their concept of the world has been reshaped. Flying cars will be normal, not sci-fi. Their dreams will start from a higher baseline. They are growing up where the impossible is made possible. This isn't just a new transport mode, it's a new mindset. Limitless possibility. The introduction of flying cars is about so much more than just getting from one place to another. It's a catalyst that will trigger a wave of change across Rwandan society and its economy. Think about the small businesses that will spring up around this new industry. We'll need maintenance crews, charging stations, cleaning services for the vehicles. We'll need companies to develop the booking apps, payment systems. So what do we do with this? We celebrate it. We learn from it. We let ourselves be inspired by it. Rwanda's bold leap is not just a story for Rwandans, it's a story for all of Africa, and indeed for the world. Innovation doesn't have a passport, genius doesn't have a designated address. It can spring forth from anywhere, especially where need is greatest and will is strongest. For too long, the future was imagined elsewhere and imported to Africa. Today, Africa is exporting the future. Close your eyes for a moment. Picture the skyline of your city, Accra, Dakar, Maputo. Imagine it 5 years from now. Imagine it 10 years from now. Look up, see the sky as a network of pathways, see electric vehicles gliding between buildings, a student flying to her university campus, a package of life-saving medicine is on its way to a grandmother, a family is heading out for a weekend trip, soaring over the landscape. This is not a dream, this future is within reach. Rwanda has laid down the challenge. They have shown it with vision. They have shown it with courage. They have shown it with a refusal to accept the status quo. An African nation can lead the world. Who's next? Which country will build on this momentum? Which city will open its skies? The race is on. This time, everyone can win. Cleaner, faster, more connected, more equitable. A race to unlock the continent's untapped potential. A moment to be proud. A moment to be hopeful. A moment to look at the challenges we face. Traffic, healthcare access, economic development. Think with the same audacity that Rwanda has shown. Don't just look for solutions on the ground. Look up. The sky is no longer the limit. It's the beginning. Africa's future is calling. For the first time, it's calling from above. So look up. A new day is dawning, and it's being carried on the quiet wings of an African dream.